A 14-year-old girl walked into a biker bar at 8 p.m. on a Thursday night and asked 40 outlaws to come to her murdered mother's funeral. Nobody else was brave enough to show up. She said her mother had no family willing to come, no friends who weren't terrified, just one teenage girl who refused to let her hero be buried alone in an empty church. "Hey, sweetheart, you lost?" Sledgehammer called out from the pool table. The girl stood in the doorway, shaking but determined. Behind her, the parking lot was filled with Harleys. Inside, leather vests covered in patches lined the bar. "My name is Maya Rodriguez," she said, her voice barely steady. "My mom was Detective Sarah Rodriguez." Every conversation in that bar stopped dead. Detective Rodriguez had been killed 2 months ago during a raid on a human trafficking ring. The people who ran that ring had connections everywhere. If you believe courage comes in all forms and that heroes protect those who can't protect themselves, hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. Drop a comment telling us where you're watching from. "What are you doing here, kid?" Reaper asked, walking closer. Maya pulled out a funeral program from her backpack. Her hands trembled. "My mom's funeral is Saturday at 2 p.m., and nobody's coming." "What do you mean nobody's coming?" Sledgehammer asked. "The people who killed my mom put out a message. Anyone who shows up to her funeral is a target. They said they'd be watching, taking names." She looked down at her sneakers, fighting back tears. "Mom's whole police department says they'll be there, but only 3 officers are actually coming. 3 out of 50 who worked with her." The bar stayed silent. "Her family won't risk it. My grandparents said they're too old. My aunt has kids. Mom's best friend called yesterday crying, apologizing, saying she can't come." A tear rolled down Maya's cheek. "My mom died stopping monsters who hurt children. She saved 12 kids from that trafficking ring, and now she's going to be buried with just me and 3 cops." Tank, the chapter president, stepped forward. He was 6'4", covered in scars and tattoos. "Why did you come to us, Maya?" Maya pulled out her phone and showed him a news article about the Iron Riders doing a fundraiser for a children's hospital. "I saw this story about you guys helping sick kids, and I know you're not scared of the kind of people who killed my mom." She looked at each biker, her eyes desperate. "Will you please come to my mom's funeral? She shouldn't be alone. She spent her whole life protecting people." Reaper crossed his arms. "Kid, your mom was a detective. We're bikers with records. Police and us don't exactly get along." "I know," Maya said quietly, "but my mom always said the Iron Riders weren't what people thought." That got everyone's attention. "Your mom said what?" Tank asked. Maya nodded. "She pulled some of you over before. She always came home and told me you guys were respectful. She said you followed the law, never gave her trouble." She pulled out a photo. Detective Rodriguez in her dress uniform, smiling, with her arm around Maya at graduation. "Please," Maya begged, her voice cracking, "I can't bury my mom in an empty church. She was a hero. Heroes shouldn't be forgotten because people are too scared." Tank looked at his brothers, men who'd done time, men who didn't trust cops, but also fathers, brothers, men who understood loss. "Give us 5 minutes, Maya," Tank said gently. The bikers filed into the back room. Maya stood by the bar, clutching her mother's photo. Inside, the debate exploded. "We can't go to a cop's funeral," Snake argued. "Half of us are on parole." A 14-year-old girl walked into our bar alone, knowing we're criminals, begging us to honor her dead mother.
"That takes guts," Hammer countered. Tank stood up. "How many of us have daughters?" 8 hands went up. "How many of us have lost somebody we loved?" Every hand went up. "That girl's mother died saving children from traffickers. Now her kid needs us. And you're telling me we're going to let some trafficking ring scare us? We're the Iron Riders. When did we stop backing down?" The vote was unanimous. 37 yes, 3 abstentions, 0 no. Tank walked back out. "We'll be there, all of us, and we'll make sure your mother gets the send-off she earned." Maya's face crumpled, and she started sobbing. She hugged Tank tight while this massive, scary biker awkwardly patted her shoulder. Tank made calls all Friday. Word spread through the biker community. The Desert Phantoms wanted in. The Road Kings were coming. Even the Hell Saints, a rival club, called. "This is bigger than club politics. We'll be there." Saturday arrived gray and cold. By 1:30 p.m., the church parking lot started filling with motorcycles. Bikes from 15 different clubs rolled in. 150 bikers assembled outside Sacred Heart Church. Maya arrived with her foster family. She saw the sea of motorcycles and started crying. "You came! You all came!" The 3 police officers stood in shock. They'd expected maybe 15 people. Instead, 150 bikers lined both sides of the church entrance like an honor guard. The priest looked nervous until Tank approached. "Father, we're here to honor Detective Rodriguez and support her daughter. There won't be any trouble from us." The priest looked at the bikers, then at Maya's smiling face. "Then you're all welcome in God's house." The service began. The church was packed, every pew filled with leather and tattoos. The priest spoke about Sarah Rodriguez's dedication to justice and love for her daughter. When it was time for eulogies, Maya stood up. "My mom was the strongest person I ever knew. She worked impossible hours and still made time for my school events. She dealt with horrible things and still smiled when she came home." Tears ran down her face. "She died saving 12 children from monsters. She ran into that building first because that's who she was." She looked at the bikers. "Thank you for being here. My mom always said that real strength meant protecting people who couldn't protect themselves. You're all proving her right." After the service, they carried the casket outside. Tank stepped forward and saluted. He'd served in the Marines. Every veteran biker followed suit. 47 men and women saluting a fallen officer. Then every club president walked past Maya and placed their patch on the casket. 15 different patches. "Your mother protected the innocent," Tank told Maya. "Today, we protect her memory." If you're moved by this story, like and subscribe to see more stories that matter. As people started leaving, 4 black SUVs pulled up. Men in expensive suits got out, associates of the trafficking ring. They'd come to make good on their threat, to photograph everyone who attended. 150 bikers formed a wall between them and the funeral. "We're just here to observe," the lead suit said. "Public cemetery." "The funeral's over," Tank said quietly. "Time for you to leave." "We'll leave when we're ready." "No, you'll leave right now, before this becomes a problem you can't solve." The suits looked at the army of bikers. They got back in their SUVs and drove away fast. One police officer approached Tank afterward. "Thank you. We couldn't have stopped them alone." "We weren't going to let anything ruin that girl's goodbye," Tank replied. After everyone left, Maya asked Tank to stay for a moment. She pulled out an envelope. "My mom wrote me a letter. She kept it at work just in case." Maya unfolded the letter with shaking hands and read aloud. "My dearest Maya, if you're reading this, it means I didn't make it home. I'm so sorry. But I need you to understand something important. Never judge people by their appearance. Some of the best people I ever met rode motorcycles and wore leather. They look intimidating, but they have integrity. If something happens to me and you need help, find the Iron Riders. Tell them you're Sarah Rodriguez's daughter. They'll take care of you. Not because I was a cop, but because they're good people who keep their word to children. Be brave, be kind, be strong. Love forever. Mom. Every biker had tears in their eyes. Your mom saw us, Tank said, his voice rough. She saw past the leather. She said you were the real deal, Maya replied. She was right.
Maya was adopted by Detective Chen and his wife. "Can I still visit you guys?" she asked the bikers. "Anytime," Tank promised. "You're family now." 2 months later, the bikers presented Maya with something. They'd raised $22,000 for her college fund from every club that showed up. "Your mom would have wanted you to have opportunities," Tank said. The trafficking ring associates were arrested 4 months later. Anonymous tips led police to evidence. Nobody could prove it came from the bikers, but nobody needed to. 3 years later, Maya graduated high school with honors. Tank sat in the front row, crying when Maya walked across that stage. She gave a speech about her mother, about courage, and about unexpected heroes. Those bikers showing up meant everything to a 14-year-old girl who walked into a bar and asked outlaws to honor her murdered mother. They could have said no. They could have sent her away. Instead, 150 bikers stood between a girl's grief and a trafficking ring's threats. They proved that family isn't always blood. Sometimes it's leather and chrome, and people who keep their promises to children. They proved that heroes don't always wear badges. Sometimes they wear patches and ride Harleys and show up when everyone else is too scared. If you believe that real courage means protecting those who can't protect themselves, hit that like button and subscribe. Share this story with someone who needs to remember that goodness exists in unexpected places. Because Maya Rodriguez learned what her mother already knew. The measure of a person isn't their appearance or reputation. It's what they do when a child needs help and nobody else will answer the call.